Hi, it's Claire. Hope you're well. Today I'm going to mention limiting beliefs and the power of beliefs. And to do that, I'm going to talk about a moment in history. So, this moment is when a British athlete, Roger Bannister, achieved the 4-minute mile in athletics. This was last century, and he faced a lot of criticism and challenge from medical experts who said that he wouldn't be able to do that. It wouldn't be humanly possible, medically possible, to run a mile in 4 minutes. But he did do that. And what is really interesting about that situation is that the year after, one or two people achieved the same record. And the year after that, more people achieved it. And the year after that, more and more people achieved it. And then it became a bit of a standard in athletics. So it was no longer the holy grail of athletics. It was no longer an impossible achievement. It became accepted as being doable. So that's great, isn't it? That shows us the power of beliefs and how they can really serve us and help us achieve things that we didn't think were possible. But beliefs aren't always empowering. Sometimes they can be limiting, and we can carry these beliefs around. Perhaps we've picked some up from childhood, something a teacher said to us or other kids said to us, or maybe, one or two situations in our lives where our brain has picked up on something and deleted something, distorted it, and made it into a limiting belief. So to give you an example, if you suffer from imposter syndrome, you might believe somewhere in your psyche that you are going to be found out for not being clever enough to do your job. It might stem back to school, as I say. It's not uncommon. And that really causes you a lot of mental anguish and suffering because you're constantly thinking about getting caught out. Maybe you have a belief that saying no is unkind. That's another popular one. So saying no means that you are selfish and unkind. And that could be something that was modeled to you when you were younger, that you always had to be kind and polite. Therefore, saying no and having healthy boundaries feels really unnatural to you. But you find yourself getting absolutely exhausted because you find yourself putting others first, because that belief is at the forefront of your mind. So there are literally thousands upon thousands of limiting beliefs. And they do keep us keep us stuck, and they stop us from feeling happy and living to our potential. So it's really helpful if we can bust through these beliefs. And one way to do that is to ask yourself, so if you think about something that you've believed for a long time, connected to a situation that you're not happy with, just start to identify that belief first off. Maybe write a few of them down and just try to get to the bottom of what you're believing about that situation. And then start to challenge that belief. So the way to challenge a limiting belief is to think about, is this 100% categorically true? Is there absolutely no doubt that you are not clever enough to do this job? Or is there a bit more to that? How did you get the job in the first place? What have you achieved in your career where you had good feedback? So it's about gathering the evidence to support a more balanced viewpoint, because limiting beliefs can be very harsh, black and white, and unbalanced, and they don't tell the full story. They just go back to a snapshot in time. And of course, what our brain does is it looks for the evidence to prove that the belief is true. So you'll always be looking through the lens of, I'm not good enough, or whatever that belief is. And of course, you gather more evidence and that gives that belief more strength. So these beliefs are pesky and it's really helpful to overcome them. And once we do, we start to move forward, we start to achieve things we never thought were possible. Our lives open up with more possibilities. So it's really helpful to do that. So I hope that's helpful today. I'm Claire Knight. I'm an emotional wellbeing coach and mindfulness teacher, and I help people navigate difficult chapters in their lives, maybe at a crossroads, and I help them unpick the knots in their mind, look at those beliefs that are holding them back and those fears, and help them find clarity, confidence, courage, so that they can move forward, being in alignment with who they really are and living their best life. So I hope that's helpful, and I'll see you soon.